Hello, one and all, and welcome to St. Louis Presents. It's our very first show here, a local show here on STL TV, where we're going to talk about all the local hot topics in the St. Louis community. I'm Rob Desir, and this is the lovely
April Trupiano.
Yes, exactly. And we're here excited to bring you this new show here on STL TV. As I said, we're going to be coming to you each and every week. We have some exciting things coming up on our very first show. April, tell us some of the guests we're going to have on the show.
Ooh, we've got Kacie Triplett, who's the alderman for the 6th Ward. We have Linda McDaniel from the League of Women Voters. We have Rachell McCalla from Lucky You Productions, and we also have Rhoda G. So we had a good show today. You guys are going to have some fun.
Exactly. Yeah. And we are in the kitchen right now because we are also going to be joined by Grdnic Christensen from the Fountain on Locust, and we are going to be making some drinks.
We have all kinds of made-from-scratch drinks today because that's what the Fountain on Locust is all about, made from scratch. We're an old-fashioned ice cream soda fountain with a full bar. We're the home of the ice cream martini, so we will have an ice cream martini at the end of the show for you, Rob.
Ice cream martini. I got the glass ready.
Yes, and we'll also make a soda from scratch, so there's no high fructose corn syrup, and we'll make a traditional soda fountain shake that you can all make at home.
So for those who feel guilty about having sugar in their soda, they won't feel as guilty, right?
No, there's sugar in there.
But they won't feel as guilty.
It's healthier.
Right,
okay, it's healthier. So we're going to have drinks, conversation, and more drinks on the show.
Yes.
So it sounds like a very good show to start off with. Again, this is St. Louis Presents right here on STL TV. Hello and welcome to St. Louis Presents. I'm Rob Desir. This is April Trupiano. This is our very first show here on STL TV. We're really excited about this premiere. We got a lot of exciting things coming up in this hour and for future shows to come.
That's right. We're going to be talking to you guys about events. We're going to be talking to you about what's going on in St. Louis. We're going to be talking about employment opportunities, and we're going to have some celebrity drop-ins. Right,
exactly, because there's so many avenues where you can get your information as far as things that's going on in the local community. We just want to be one of those avenues for you, so we hope that you join us from here on out. And just to tell you a little bit about me, I'm Rob Desir. I've done some local TV news here for about 10 years now, which I can't believe it's about 10 years, mostly focusing on sports, but I'm excited to switch things up and kind of expand my role and do some things as far as the local community is concerned and government and events that are taking place throughout the community. Yeah, looking forward to that. What about you? April, by the way, she is a very busy person, so she's going to take the next 5 minutes of this segment and tell you about everything that she does.
Not at all, actually. I'm gonna just talk really fast. I'm an international business coach. I work with clients around the world to build and grow their business. I speak, and I'm a published author.
Author?
Yes.
Really?
Working on my second book, actually.
Second book?
Yes. First book was out last year, and the second one's coming. So I'm
What's
excited.
The first book called?
7 Points of Impact.
And it basically focuses on?
All aspects of life. 7 aspects of life. So financial, health, spiritual, all that kind of stuff. Development.
People need that in their life. You need to get all the 7 aspects of life.
Yes.
You got to get all. What's the second book about?
Second one is called Click: Leadership Secrets to Thrive in Your Business and Love Your Life. And it's mostly directed for women, but guys, you can read it too, because I work with a lot of women clients. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's all about.
I like the guys too.
It's all about the ladies. This show, as a matter of fact, is all about the ladies. Again, there's so many things going on, but there's some other things. There's some other topics we can talk about. I mean, we'll talk about a little bit about sports. Of course, we got the Cardinals are off to an exciting start here in the 2012 season. Of course, last year they're coming off that World Series championship run where they almost weren't going to make the playoffs, and then they went on an amazing run to go ahead and capture the 11th championship in franchise history. So I'm sure last year's motto was 11. Let's make the 11th championship in 2011. I'm sure the model will follow 12 in 12. So that'll be exciting to see for the Cardinals. And of course, you got the Rams getting ready, new coaching staff, a lot of things coming up this season. With the draft and mini camps coming up. So a lot of people have a lot of hope for the Rams because the last couple of years haven't been exciting for the Rams as well. So That's what it is. But not just sports. We got some other stuff.
Oh, we got other stuff. But I do appreciate that you've always got your hands right on what's going on in that arena. So thanks.
I try to do that. I try to get my hands in it.
You're good at it. So we're also going to be talking about wedding stuff. It's wedding season. Wedding season is coming.
It's so fun. I love wedding season.
Do you really?
Yeah, because I
You're
love.
Just saying that.
No, because I love the receptions. I love the receptions, especially you know when there's so many people having fun.
All right.
That's what I love about the
Well,
receptions.
I love the wedding decorations. I love the flowers. I love the dresses. I do. And I love a good party. So
I'm all about the
I love
party.
the music. I love it all. And we're going to talk about a lot of that today, too. And we even did a wedding poll.
The poll is about what?
Is about the hottest venues in St. Louis to have a wedding. So we'll give you the results about that coming up later in the show.
Oh, okay. I want to know. So when
I can't tell you now.
When I get married, that I'll know where to do it.
I can make so many jokes about that, but I don't let
make
it
a
go.
joke.
No,
Make a
it's
joke
all right.
about
I let it go.
Where do you want to get married at?
That was so wrong.
Where do you want to get married at?
I'm in no hurry.
Okay.
So I haven't decided. But but I do want to know the hottest venues, because if I do decide.
Because you might have a friend. You might have
I'll
a
tell you
friend.
this. No, I'll tell you this. My actual first choice is Taormina, Sicily. That's
Really?
the truth. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. If you've never been there, you have to
Baller.
go. It's absolutely gorgeous. That's my first choice. Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite. No, I don't have a favorite yet. But maybe I'll find after
You'll
we
find
follow
one after
through this poll.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, yeah, we're going to have that poll, so make sure you stick with us. And we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be joined by our first guest here on St. Louis Presents. It's the Alderman of the 6th Ward, Kacie Star Triplett. Stay with us.
So I asked my uncle, what's a special interest? He says they run Washington. He said they're groups with special interest in getting bills through Congress or the State House. So I said, I'm a Boy Scout, and our supporters help make a difference by educating elected officials on issues. Does that make me a special interest too? I guess my uncle thinks the Boy Scouts are helping to run Washington. Am I missing something?
Learn more about American democracy by logging on to representativedemocracy.org.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities,
Live.
our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
This financial advisor is being accused of committing one of the largest investment frauds in the history of the United States.
I guess we're not going to Aspen. That's fine. You see, I like tennis balls. He likes insider trading. So he's going to jail and I'm going to a shelter. And no, they're not the same thing. Shelters are for good pets that want to be adopted. Jails are for criminals. I've done nothing. Uh-oh. Ooh, okay, I stole a cheeseburger once on my dog.
Welcome back to St. Louis Presents. I'm April Trupiano with my co-host, Rob Desir. And as we promised, we've got a lot of really great guests today. But we also want to tell you about some stuff that's going on in St. Louis for the summer. You know, Forest Park is one of those places that people love to gather. So there's a ton of stuff going on. There's art festivals, balloon races, Shakespeare in the park. So make sure you check back with us, and we'll give you all the event details as they come up.
Yeah, and also starting in May, beginning on the 1st of May, Twilight Tuesdays, and Nico Smith, you guys might remember him from American Idol. He's going to kick everything off. There's a whole lot of talent that's going to be there every Tuesday, so make sure you check that out.
And also, Herbert Hoover Boys and Girls Club changed their name to the Boys and Girls of Greater St. Louis. So
yeah, they probably want to make a, you know, just kind of a new facelift and just change things up.
Yeah, well,
so.
and actually to be able to serve more people in the
Yeah.
community, have a greater reach. So that was a big deal.
Yeah, and the Imagine School is closed, so that'll be interesting, and I'm sure our guests can tell us a little bit about that on why they decided to shut down.
I'm interested to hear about that. Well, our first guest, as we said, is Kacie Starr Triplett, and she's the alderman for the 6th Ward. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
You have the honor of being our very first
I
guest.
know,
on the
I'm
show.
so excited.
That's a lot of pressure.
Well, you know, like 5 years from now or 10 years from now, we're going to talk about who is the first guest. So that's like a trivia question.
And by then, you'll be like the governor of the state.
Well, God willingly. From your mouth to God's ear. So we'll see.
Hey, there it is. We'll see. Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so tell us what's been going on in the 6th Ward.
Well, you know, a lot of things have been happening in the city. You know, you talked about that, you know, summer is coming, so there are a lot of great things that are taking place at Forest Park, but also that are taking place here in the 6th Ward. I'm really excited. It's been a privilege to represent this community. I've held elected office for the past 5 years. And when I was campaigning, you know, the biggest thing was we really need a grocery store in the community. Can you imagine living in a neighborhood and not having access to a quality grocery store? Right. And usually, you know, as a politician, you're like, okay, you know, I'll do everything that I can to see what we can do. But, you know, just going door to door and talking to folks and really understanding how important it was to have this grocery store, we've been working really, really hard to make sure that it has happened. And so it's finally coming at the corner of 44 and Jefferson, which is a major intersection in the community. We have a new grocery store that will be being built later this summer. And also there are going to be some other retail components, a new fitness center, a restaurant. So we're just really excited, and I'm really thrilled, you know, to just be an elected official at this time and to be able to say, hey, you know, this is finally something that is coming into fruition.
How did that project come about in getting this new shopping plaza?
It's been a lot of work, and really a lot of credit goes to the neighborhood. This is a neighborhood that over the course of a few years, basically they implemented a density study to say, hey, you know, we're residents here, these are the demographics, and we believe that we have the buying power to support a grocery store. I've been working very closely with the Development Corporation on behalf of the city to try and recruit retail tenants to this location, and we're very fortunate to have great developers, Green Street Properties. They've done some other projects in the community. They are a LEED certified, you know, company. They do a lot of sustainable reuse of existing buildings, and they are the ones that are taking really kind of the jump to go ahead and spearhead this project. So it's exciting not only for the 6th Ward, but for the entire city of St. Louis.
Well, the people in your ward must be thrilled.
They're excited, and I'm excited too.
I can't imagine living somewhere where there's not the convenience of a grocery store. I mean, it's always like 5 minutes away.
Right, and you know, St. Louisans, we like to eat. You know, so food.
I was gonna say, I'm Sicilian and Lebanese. If there's not some place to get food.
Right, we like to eat, and the U.S. Department of Agriculture named the area as a food desert. So that just really talked about the importance of, you know, access to quality, you know, affordable, good groceries.
Well, and like you said, that's just the first step, because once you get the grocery store, that's pretty much the anchor that will bring in more businesses to serve more needs and also bring more jobs.
Absolutely, more jobs, which is, you know, very important. But also what it does is more tax revenue for the city of St. Louis. So it's a win-win situation for everybody.
Is that the biggest project you guys are going on in the 6th Ward right now, or some other things you got going on
That's
there?
the biggest project that we have going on right now. We just completed over a $20 million project at the corner of Rhoda and Jefferson, which is the brand new headquarters for the Sheet Metal Workers Union. Sheet metal workers, basically what they do is the indoor ductwork for commercial and residential buildings. This is a state-of-the-art headquarters. You gotta go see it. If I told you about it, you wouldn't really believe it. But it's the building with the largest wind turbines on the outside, solar energy, solar powered throughout the entire building, rain gardens in the parking lots. I mean, it's just really a great building, and it really talks about the advancement of sustainable technology here in our city, and that's right in the 6th Ward.
Wow, so you got some exciting things going on in the 6th Ward.
We are very blessed in the 6th Ward.
And I know that means a lot to you, because for those who don't know, that you were born and raised in the 6th Ward, right?
You know, it's such a privilege, and it's really such an honor to be able to represent the community that I grew up in as a child. You know, this is where I learned to ride a bike. You know, the big adventure was walking to the corner store and being able to represent that community at City Hall. It's such an honor, and I'm so grateful for the residents of the 6th Ward who voted me in.
How did you make the transition, though? I mean, because you're so young, it's not, I mean, that's unusual. So,
motivated.
Yeah. I mean, politics is not something that every young kid thinks this is what I'm going to do.
Right, and I think it's so important, and that's why I always give the credit, you know, to the residents who took a chance on me. You know, at the age of 26, I had come back from working in Washington, D.C., and finally realized that this is something that I could do, that I have a desire to serve. And when the seat became open, I decided to quit my job and run full term.
What were you doing before
to be elected? I was working for a member of Congress.
Okay.
Okay.
At the time. So I've always been involved in politics, and that's what I tell young people, you know, that if you have a dream, you have a desire, start working towards that dream, because you never know when the right opportunity may come. And you can't be scared. You got to go through that door when that door opens. And so that's what I did.
And how have the people in the 6th Ward embraced you and the work that you've done in the last 5 years?
It's been really great. You know, there are always challenges. You know, being young, being a female, being an African American, there always are going to be challenges. And what I tell a lot of people, because I speak to a lot of young women about running for office, is just make sure your game is tight and do the very best that you can do. And I think people appreciate you being sincere and being genuine. When your heart is there and when your heart is really at the right place, people can see that and they believe in that and they trust you.
What's a typical day like for you?
Every day is different.
Okay.
Actually, today.
That's probably why you love it.
Right, right. You know, every day it's something different. You know, today I'm doing an interview with you guys, you know, which is really a privilege.
That's the highlight of your day.
Right, that's the highlight of the day.
It's over. Can't get any better than that.
And after today, I'll be returning phone calls. I do a lot of return phone calls. I do a lot of meetings. I meet with the business owners just to make sure that everything is okay in the ward. Every day is something new, it's something different, it's fresh.
So you talk about the things that were going on that are exciting. What are the biggest obstacles in the 6th Ward? I mean, we talked about the Imagine School District closing. I mean, so what are the obstacles that you're facing right now?
Right, you know, and I think the obstacles aren't just limited to the 6th Ward, but really to the entire city of St. Louis. Our city is experiencing an economic recession, just like a lot of other urban metropolitan areas. You know, our school district is definitely a detriment to the success, the potential success of our city. You know, Imagine was one of the largest charter schools in the area, and because their sponsor, I believe it was Missouri Baptist, has decided to no longer sponsor that charter school, we now have, you know, hundreds of students and parents that will be looking for
3,500.
3,500. Okay.
3,500 students looking for a new home
Right.
by the fall.
Yeah, and so that's a challenge. You know, it's a challenge when you have an unaccredited school district. It's a challenge when you bring in new companies and new jobs like Green Street, what they have been able to do, if you don't have an educated workforce to be able to work in those jobs. So it's very, very important that we really get our school district together so that we have educated kids who can be able to be elected officials long after I'm gone, to be able to, you know, manage police departments and manage, you know, Fortune 500 companies. That's very important.
It definitely sounds like there's a lot of work to do as far as that's concerned, and trying to manage and move so many kids in, you know, between now and the next beginning of the next school year in the fall. So a lot of work is up and coming.
Right, a lot of work is up and coming, and I think what you're going to start seeing right now is St. Louis public schools. They're going to be making a push to attract those students, existing charter schools. And so, you know, parents, you know, they will have to make the decision about where they feel their child fits best.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Well, that's good information to know, a lot of good information to know. And there's a lot more coming up right here on St. Louis Presents right here on STL TV. If you didn't know, not only is Kacie a alderman, but she is also a radio host.
Yes.
And she has a show, and we're going to talk.
Speaker.
And a speaker.
Professional speaker.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about that when we get back.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that right here on St. Louis Presents right here on STL TV after the break.
I love your show. I think it's a lot of fun. I love the show. I watch the show every night. You have great guests on there. I enjoy watching the best of the STL.
I love the show, and I love to watch it all the time. Thank you very much.
I just recently started watching the program, and so far I have really enjoyed it. It's wonderful what you do with the kids or anything, and putting St. Louis on the map.
Hi, I really like your show.
Hi, I love your show. I watch it every day, every time you come on. I love your show.
We may get to enjoy retirement, but our old cell phones shouldn't. Recycle them. It's easy, it's free, and it's good for the environment. Hi, this is Richard Garn. Please answer the call to recycle.
There's a monster in my bed.
Even innocent things can trigger an asthma attack. Learn more at noattacks.org.
Please make the monsters go away.
Yo, what up? It's your man Nelly, and you watch STL TV. Experience the Lou all day.
Hello and welcome back to St. Louis Presents. I'm your host, April Trupiano, with my co-host, Rob Desir. And we have been talking to Kacie Starr Triplett, the alderman of the 6th Ward. You know, and we were talking about this in the green room, but you say alderman, and I was waiting for alderwoman, but I guess it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it just kind of depends. Like most of the women answer to either or. I get that all the time. Like, a lot of people are really stumped by that.
I bet.
But I just go by alderman. But if you call me alderwoman, it's fine too.
You just want to make sure that there's a correct terminology as far as your title is concerned, because it's an important title to hold.
I mean, it's okay. Most of the time I tell people you can call me Kacie.
Well, you know, when Kacie's not doing her alderman or alderwoman thing, she's also on the radio, and she is a radio host and a motivational speaker as well. You have a website, inspiredoverflow.com. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Earlier this year, I started a motivational speaking ministry, and it's called inspiredoverflow.com. And basically what it is I believe that, you know, God has allowed me the platform to serve as alderman. And it's very important for me not to just use that platform like, okay, this bill goes, this bill doesn't go, but to do much more with this position. And I am just willing to go out and speak to anybody who's willing to listen. A lot of things I've already done, you know, just as alderman, speaking to school groups, non-for-profit groups, church groups, but I've created this motivational speaking ministry, so it's kind of like a network where you can find me and just invite me to come to your place if you're looking for an encouraging word, to talk about government, but just to talk about really being the very best that you can be. And the motivational speaking ministry, that's what it is, the radio show on every Wednesday at 3 o'clock on Shine 690 AM. You know, it's a faith-based show, just really talking about how people overcome their challenges through their faith. And so really, you know, I am an alderwoman, but I'm also, you know, an alderwoman who has a sense of purpose and believes very deeply that, you know, God has placed all of us here for a specific reason. And it's about finding that, you know, that purpose and that calling. And that's what Inspired Overflow is all about.
I love what you're doing. I really absolutely love what you're doing, because not only are you setting a great example, but you're out there living it.
I hope so. I'm trying to, you know, that's what I'm trying to do, you know, walk the talk. And, you know, it's just, you know, it's about what are you going to do with your position in life. You know, God has blessed you to, you know, do a lot of great things and to be a role model to a lot of folks. How do you capitalize that for the greater good? And I'm very excited about this speaking ministry, because that's really what it is. It's a speaking ministry. You know, I do it for free. It's not any charge or anything like that.
Free.
So it's always free. And, you know, it's just about if you're looking for an encouraging word, or if I can be of service to your organization, let me know. I'd love to do it.
You two women are the business women that I know. When you guys, you don't have like maybe a second to breathe. Where do you guys find the time to do all the stuff that you're doing?
We start at 2:30 a.m.
Right. She's an early bird. But I mean, where do you find it? I mean, as busy as you are, how do you purposely make time for yourself to make sure you can go out and motivate people, and you know, it's like something that you feel compelled to do?
You know, it is about finding balance, but I also believe that my faith has, you know, kind of motivated me to do this, and I believe that God makes room for your gifts and talents. So not to be all hokey or whatever, but I tell myself, you know, that I can do this, that there is a calling, there's a pulling on my spirit, and I know that if I wasn't out being a good alderman and doing inspiredoverflow.com, then I wouldn't have peace within myself.
Let the church say amen.
Let the church say amen.
Yeah. That's so true, though. You know, when, you know, because what you're about is service. So any area of service, and what you'll find, to answer your question, actually, Rob, is that, and tell me if you agree, Kacie, that when it all falls in line with the purpose of your life and the purpose of your mission and the vision that you have for your life, even if it takes a few more hours in the
Right.
day, it's such a joy.
Right.
It doesn't feel like hard work,
Right.
and you just keep rolling.
Exactly, and it's a blessing to be able to have a radio show. I'm sure you guys can understand it's a blessing to be able to have a TV show on STL TV. You know, you get to talk to a lot of folks, and a lot of times people don't realize that there are some burdens that come with those blessings. So I may not be able to, you know, go out and you know, hang out or sleep as much as I would like to, but just think about the impact that you are having on people's lives, and you know, this is the season to go out and do that. So that's how I look at it.
Wow.
What's the message that you want to leave behind? What's the legacy you want to leave behind for people?
Oh, that's a really good question, April. If anything, I hope that people, first of all, understand that I love God and that God loves them too. You know, that's really important. But also about knowing who you are and being the very best person that you can be. And I hope that people will look back and say, you know, Kacie was a great example of that.
Wow. So again, we can catch your show on 6:90 a.m. at what day, what time?
Every Wednesday at 3 o'clock. You do not want to miss this show. We have great guests. It's like an encouraging weekly fill up. It's in the middle of the week. You want to tune in. It is fun. We have a lot of contemporary topics. It's about faith, but it's about, you know, overcoming challenges through your faith. I'm telling you, if you listen to the show, your life will be changed.
Okay, and then obviously you can go to her website at www.inspiredoverflow.com, and of course you can see her in the 6th Ward doing everything that an older man or older woman is supposed to do. Kacie Star Triplett, thank you for coming on the show. Appreciate it for being our very first guest on our show. As we started the show earlier, we were in the kitchen with Joy Grdnic Christensen from Fountain on Locust, and we're going to talk a little bit about what she does. Joy, what's going on over there?
I'm getting ready to make the best chocolate shake in St. Louis. Watch out. I just want to say, watch out.
Watch out? So what's in it? What's in it? Tell us what's in it.
Ice cream. You want to come over here?
Yeah, I'm going to come and join you. Tell me what's going on over there.
The Fountain on Locust makes all of our things from scratch. So we make these, you don't drive up and get something out of a machine. We hand dip our ice cream. And if you want to do this at home, you start with a good quality ice cream. The Fountain on Locust has a vanilla deluxe, and it's, you know, if you use junky stuff, junky in, junky out, you know how that goes. So you want to make 5 or 6 scoops of that.
Right.
And with that, you will add 1/3 of a cup of sugar, of milk, not sugar, yeah, and just a little bit of sugar. And the reason you do that is because when you take so much ice cream with that much milk, you get a little bit of, you know, it waters it down a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, and so then we're going to use chocolate syrup, and then again, you want to use a good quality chocolate syrup with no high fructose corn syrup, and
Gotcha.
then you can put it on your home blender. We have a commercial blender.
This thing is not going to explode. Oh, okay.
And we'll just leave it on there for a minute, and it's really important to know. I hope that's not too loud. Is that too loud?
No, you're good. You're good. It's fine.
It's really important to know that you don't want to leave it on here too long. That's the #1 thing, because if you blend your shaker or your malt too long, it will liquefy, and it'll change the viscosity of it. So is viscosity a good word?
I guess.
That's 4
if
syllables.
It works for you, it works for me.
4 syllables. We'll check that now. And then we're going to put real whipped cream on it. We don't use any sort of, yeah, we're ready to go right here. So I'm going to let you drink this because it is just really delicious.
This looks really
you can
good.
change the amount of chocolate syrup you add.
I know April's jealous right now, but she can't have this.
Oh,
this is all
it's
mine.
so yummy. So we make our own whipped cream at the Fountain on Locust from scratch. You're not getting something out of a can or a commercial product. And then you have the soda fountain way, which is you take your straw and you leave your top on, and it's ready to go.
Oh, wow. Look at that. It looks
that.
very, very tasty.
And then do the same thing with malt, and you'll have a chocolate malt.
Malt. Now, what's the difference between a shake and a malt? What's in a malt?
Just malt. Malt is a powder that is,
See, I never knew that. So just in case you're like me and you never knew what a difference between a shake and a malt was, there you go.
Yes, you just add the malt powder to it, but
Let
it's
me
the
try
same
this.
recipe past that. And it's really, really delicious. It's nice and rich and
Yeah.
thick. So
That's good.
that's what
That's
we do at
good.
the Fountain on Locust. We have a full menu.
Yeah, tell us what's on the menu, real.
Later I'm going to be making you an ice cream martini because we're the home of the ice cream martini. We also are the most photographed restaurant in St. Louis, so you have to come see us if you haven't seen us because we have a 360-degree mural hand-painted in Art Deco, so it's quite an experience, and we won Best Restroom in America.
Okay, stop. How does that come about where somebody wants to come, hey, you know, honey, let's go to Fountain on Locust and use their bathroom?
Yeah, exactly.
How does that happen?
We say, come for the restroom, stay for the ice cream. No, actually, it was a contest, and we didn't know somebody nominated us. We won. I think St. Louis really got behind us and voted for us just because they wanted us to win. Honestly, we don't have the best restroom in America.
But it's just so clean.
We were the underdog. It's clean, and it's
which is very important in a bathroom.
And we were up against these really expensive contractor bathrooms that spent, you know, zillions of dollars on high-end things, and we just did a little funky arty thing, but it's a nice, you can appreciate the effort. So.
What's your favorite thing on the menu at your restaurant?
I like the mixed salad sandwich, which is a delicious mixture of salad and artichokes and onions and, melted cheese on a baguette. I also like our Editor's Choice, which is a savory bread pudding. And of course, I love our ice cream, and I love our ice cream martinis. You can just lick the glass. We're going to make one of those later.
The ice cream martinis are coming up, and there you see on our website, right there on your screen, you can see the address, which is, I can't even see it from here.
It is 3037
there you go. You can tell us all about it.
And you can go to our website, fountainonlocust.com, and see the evolution of the building from something that was on Historic Automotive Row, all boarded up, to what it is now, the most photographed restaurant in America.
Okay.
I mean, not America,
all right.
St. Louis.
So Joy is going to stay with us throughout the show. Again, I'm excited about these, what are they?
Ice cream martinis,
Ice cream martinis.
You're
I'm going
all
to finish
about
this chocolate shake, but we're going to get a little bit more serious, but we're still going to have a good time here on St. Louis Presents. We're going to talk about voting, and it's an election year, very important that we talk about voting, so stay with us after the break. This is St. Louis Presents right here on STL TV.
Separate raw meats from other foods by using different cutting boards. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
A lot of people say government is too messy. Half the people say something's a good idea, and the other half say, well, it's a bad idea. All we hear about is a disagreement, the bickering, the compromises, which can leave a bad taste in our mouths. No wonder so many people are cynical, thinking that nothing good can get done. Actually, messy can be good, like my ice cream sundae. Let's think of our democracy that way. You've got all these different choices, lots of flavors blending together. Then, the only thing you have to worry about is that it gets a little sticky. Am I missing something?
Learn about what you can do to make American democracy stronger by logging on to www.representativedemocracy.org.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
And welcome back to St. Louis Presents. It is a big year as far as politics are concerned. A lot of elections taking place here in 2012, and we want to keep you up to date and get you prepared as far as what to do when you go out there and vote. And we are joined by the co-president of the St. Louis League of Women Voters, Linda McDaniel. Thank you for joining us.
Very, very pleased to be here, and again, on your first show. That's very exciting.
Ah, we're glad to have you.
Another first guest.
We're glad to have you. So tell us about how busy 2012 is going to be for you with so many elections taking place.
It's going to be very, very busy. It's going to be very busy for everybody because there are many elections that are going to happen between now and November, and everybody has to be ready. And there are a lot of things that have to be done. You need to be informed, and the League of Women Voters can provide you that information. We also do public forums, candidate forums. It really makes a difference to decide who to vote for if you can attend one of those forums, because you see the candidates in person, you see how they respond to questions. So we do a lot of that. We also provide a voter's guide, which we have been doing for many, 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 many years. And that will be available from the League. And new this year is we have the same voter information about all the candidates on the web now at vote411.org. And so you can go in, put in your address, and you will get just those specific issues and candidates that you will be voting on. So you two may have two different state senators because you live in different districts. So you will just see those that you're voting on. And also, let me say that there are many, many ballot issues that the League provides information on.
Yes.
So, you know, I think like most people, when we think about the election, we think about the presidential election, as Rob was saying, the mayoral election, things like that. But there are a lot of different dates that you have to be aware of with all of the different kinds of elections. And I would assume that that's a big part of what you're doing is making people aware of those.
That's right. And also, I'd like to express the idea that it is very important for every person to vote because your vote really counts. It's not unusual that I talk to a candidate and they happen to have lost by 4 votes.
Oh my gosh.
So you see, your vote really, really counts. It's important that you make the effort to go to the polls on election day and vote. So I want to just emphasize that and how important that is. Let me run through some election dates that are coming.
Yeah, tell us about some key dates.
First of all, there is an election June 5th in St. Louis City and County, and that will be for some propositions on Missouri Sewer District, MSD. And another real important thing you have to remember is you have to register to vote. And you have to be registered a certain amount of time before an election for you to vote. So for instance, for the June 5th election, you must be registered by May 9th, which is a Wednesday. The next big election is the primary, which is August 7th, and you have to be registered by July 11th. So you can remember you should be registered by the 4th of July. And also you need to remember that at the primary election, this is the time that the political parties choose the candidates who are going to be running and representing that party at the general election. So when you go to vote, you will have to declare a party. You will have to declare, in fact, Missouri has 5 different parties. We have Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Constitutional, and the Green Party. And particularly for the Republican and Democratic, they usually have more than one candidate running in that primary election. So you will have to declare a party.
So now, all this work that you guys do, you've been doing this a long time,
yes.
right? The St. Louis League of Women Voters. How long has it been around?
Well, we've actually came into existence about in 1919.
Wow.
In 1919, the suffragists, we were formed out of the suffragist movement, who of course worked 80 years for women to get the right to vote. And finally they realized that was going to happen, and they were meeting in St. Louis, downtown at the Renaissance Hotel. And they said, okay, what do we do now? We've struggled, we've learned, we've walked people for 80 years. Our job's not over. So they decided then to form the League of Women Voters.
Oh, wow.
And another really, let me add one more interesting historic note about St. Louis, And that is in 1916, the Democratic Party was having its national convention in St. Louis. And the suffragists were interested in having a plaque to support suffrage, to support the right to vote for women. So they lined the streets, and the delegates to that convention had to walk down through those women, 5,000 women, who had signs that said, "Vote for women." And indeed, at that convention, they did include a plank supporting suffrage for women. So Missouri has, St. Louis has quite a history.
So St. Louis women are pretty strong since the beginning, huh?
Hey.
Even before Helen Reddy sang, "I am woman, hear me roar."
That's right, absolutely, yes.
Well, we want to thank you very much for joining us and letting us know about some key dates. And again, make sure you get all that information. You can go on your website at www.lwv.org. You can also contact that number at 202-429-1965. Linda McDaniel, co-president of the St. Louis League of Women Voters. Thank you for joining us.
Can I give you one correction?
Sure, absolutely.
Actually, our local, that is a national phone number. Our local phone number is 314-961-6869.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Well, we appreciate that.
Now listen, don't go away. Don't change the channel. I'm going to be right back with Rachell McCalla of Lucky You Productions, and we are going to be talking about those weddings.
Your favorite.
Your favorite.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Clean kitchen surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Hey St. Louis, I'm Cara Kay. Keep it right here on STL TV.
Shelters are the best places to find a new pet. You'll discover healthy and loving animals just waiting to become a part of your family. Find out more at theshelterpetproject.org.
Hi, and welcome back to St. Louis Presents here on STL TV. I'm April Trupiano, one of your two co-hosts. And as we talked about earlier, this is wedding season, and I have a fabulous guest with me, Rachell McCalla of Lucky You Productions.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, I love that you're so excited about wedding season, because I would be pulling my hair out.
No, it's what I do. I love it. Love it.
And you and I were talking before, and you don't just do the wedding planning, you do the floral as well.
Yeah, my company's a bit of an anomaly. I have a business partner, and so we both love the aspect of wedding design and wedding flowers, and I noticed you mentioned that you love the flowers and the design part, and they really do kind of go in together. So we decided that we would be a two-part kind of company. We call ourselves Better Together. That's our little tagline, and so we actually manage the wedding planning and coordination is one side, and then we do floral and decor on the other side. So 2 birds with 1 stone.
It makes sense too, because it makes it easier for brides to be in one place and pick out more than one aspect of the planning and get it done.
That's right, and the decor is such an important part of every wedding. So, so really important, and our clients absolutely love it.
Is it the most important thing that sets the ambiance is the decor and the flowers and all that?
It really does. I mean, the way that it is the way that you're presenting yourself to your guests. And so it is very important to present something that's cohesive and well thought out. Yeah.
Well, I love this example that you brought. It's gorgeous.
Thank you. Yes.
It really is beautiful.
Hydrangea and roses. Those are called cool water roses.
Oh, I love them. It's one of my favorite colors.
Oh, yes. And purple is a really hot color. All shades of purple. And I know we were going to talk a little bit about trends.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a big trend for this summer and fall is brides are actually picking one color and then doing all the variations within that color.
Nice.
So for instance, if they picked this this purple, they would do the dark purple to the light purple.
Oh, nice.
So a lot of, that's one of the major trends. Another major trend is, in colors, is oranges. And a few years ago, it used to be that Tiffany blue that you used to see everywhere, Tiffany blue and brown. Well, now it's this really bright kind of mango-y orange and then a teal color. So really fresh, really bright, and those are the new hottest colors on the scene.
So tangerine tango on the Pantone scale.
Yes, exactly. And you know, it's so funny, Pantone is the one who is the company that releases those trends.
Really?
Even in weddings.
Holy cow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So talk to me about what other things that you're seeing that are going on that brides are doing, about, you know, different places they're having weddings, different ways that they're presenting the whole wedding.
Yeah, one of the major things we're seeing, which I think is completely fun, is guest interactivity. So what they're doing is from the time that a guest, not so much in the ceremony, well, sometimes in the ceremony, they'll have, instead of having just a regular guest book, they might have a tree and everyone signs their name on a leaf. And that's considered their guest book. And then as you approach the reception, there's a lot of interactivity at weddings. So there's the really fun custom-made photo booths that guests can put on the costumes and take the pictures, and then they can leave a picture for the couple. One of the more fun things that we did was, you know, your place card tells you where you're going to sit. We actually did one that was scratch off. So we hung them on custom-made trees, and you got to scratch off your seat. That was really fun. Another great one is to incorporate activity and food. So a DIY mashed potato bar, or decorate your own donut station as a late night snack. So these are so this kind of trend is really prevalent right now.
And that actually keeps the guests not only involved, but it keeps them from getting bored.
Yeah, it has, and yeah, lots of fun.
Not everybody loves weddings as much as you and I do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some think, oh, another wedding to go to. Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah.
So what about any kind of themes that you're seeing? What sort of themes are popping up this year?
Okay, well, theme-wise, what's really popular right now is shabby chic. So what you're going to see is maybe a rose-colored linen with I swear, your grandmother's lace overlay. Oh, wow. But then they'll have gold flatware and custom gold chairs. And then they'll have the flowers, but they'll be in different kinds of teapots and teacups. So you're really kind of seeing that kind of shabby chic look. And then on the opposite side, what we're seeing a lot of, and what we call it is, it's really silly, is kind of an elegant picnic or carnival look. Pennants are really big. Those are really huge. Wheatgrass and the pinwheels that you blow, and the way that you incorporate this is you use it all through your wedding. So you'll have a pinwheel on the invitation. Maybe you'll have little pinwheels on cupcakes. You know, you really kind of bring that kind of outside in on those. So that's what's been really big this spring and summer, is the shabby chic, and then the we call it elegant picnic.
That's a lot of stuff. I can tell you really have your hand on the pulse of what's going on.
Yeah, you really do, because you know, clients will come to you and say, you know, what do you recommend? And one of the things that's totally changed that, I know we wanted to talk about social media as well. Right. Pinterest. Have you heard about Pinterest?
Yes.
Fantastic way for any bride to communicate what they really want to see at their wedding, because then they can just go and shop on theknot.com or other wedding websites and then pin those to their board, and that helps them kind of create that vision a little bit more.
Well, I do want to give the results of the poll that we took.
Yes.
So let's take a look and see what we got before we go to break. So the question was on Facebook, where would you get married in St. Louis? Possible answers were City Garden, Botanical Gardens, the Jewel Box, Busch Stadium, Piper Palm House in Tower Grove Park, the Grand Basin in Forest Park, and Keener Plaza. What do you think was first place?
Busch Stadium.
First place, Botanical Gardens.
Oh.
Oh. Second place, Jewel Box, and third place, Grand Basin of Forest Park.
That is a beautiful location to get married.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yes.
So thank you again. Thanks
Thank you
for
so
being
much.
another one of our first guests.
Yay!
Thank you. And we're going to take a quick break, but when we get back, don't leave us. You got to come back because we're going to talk to Rhoda G, and she is an incredible sax player. You guys don't want to miss this. I'm April Trupiano, and this is St. Louis Presents on STL TV.
There's a monster in my bathtub. There's one on the couch. There's a monster on my bed.
Keep innocent things from triggering an asthma attack.
Please make the monsters go away.
Learn how to stop their asthma attacks at noattacks.org.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Let's switch to Energy Star light bulbs and stop burning through cash. Saving energy saves you money.
Packers, Vikings,
Red State, Blue State.
We come from different places. Uptown. But when we live united, we create real lasting change in the education, income, and health of our country. United. Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
When tragedy struck Indonesia and Haiti, the world responded. The famine, war, and drought affecting the Horn of Africa right now is larger than both these crises combined, and the world should be paying attention. Text a donation of $10, but do more than donate. Forward the facts to everyone you know. Forward from our site, forward on Facebook, and forward on Twitter. We are the relief.
Experience St. Louis. Okay, well, so far on our first show here of St. Louis Presents, you got a little bit of government news, how to vote, where to get married, you know, you got some stuff about drinks, and now we're going to give you a little music flavor. So joining us right here on St. Louis Presents is the very talented saxophonist, Rhoda G. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I see you got your, what'd you call it? The soprano sax. You know, a whole lot of different saxophones, so I wanted to make sure we got that right. But thanks for coming on. Tell us about yourself, how long you've been playing, and you know, the different venues that you play at.
I've been playing for 19 years. I'm self-taught.
That's amazing.
I've played at pretty much all of the venues in St. Louis City. Anyway, still waiting to hit up Westport and all, you know, all those spots out there.
But that's okay. You're international because you were telling us you played in Bahamas and Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai. Woo-hoo. I got out the country. Yeah, it was an experience. Nonetheless, I was there for 3 months. Supposed to have been 6, but I came home early due to sickness.
Okay.
But
you're all good now.
I'm good.
Right.
Salmonella gone.
Oh, okay.
I hope.
So as far as your focus and type of the genre of music, it is what?
That's what I was going to ask. I'm pretty much known for playing all the newer music, hip hop, R&B. Got a little crossover with the pop, a little Katy Perry, Bruno Mars.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm known for all the stuff that I like to hear. So a lot of other people, you know, catering more so, trying to get more younger people to listen to more jazz, alternative music versus, you know, some of the stuff that's on the radio nowadays. Some of the lyrics are just whack. So it's better listening to it as an instrument.
Yes, we were.
Yeah,
I
so
agree with you. The music is hot, and the lyrics are just not hot. Yeah, exactly. So you replace those nasty lyrics we don't want to hear with your gorgeous
melodies,
music.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's exactly what we were talking about. So what got you interested? Because the sax isn't always, I'm just going to say this, it's not always the girl's instrument, right?
No, it's not.
What got you interested?
Well, I got my first horn the same week my mom passed. And it just gave me really something to kind of focus on versus focusing on the negative that was going on in my life. And right after she passed, my dad took me to the Fox to see Kenny G. And he did the whole circular breathing thing. And I was like, I'm going to do that one day. Yeah. And in 2007, I did it. And I end my shows out with a nice circular breathing note for about 4 minutes. And yeah. I make more money off one note than playing all night long.
I heard that. I heard that. So if people want to find you, how can they find you?
My website is www.rhodagmusic.com. All my information is on there. So Facebook.
Spell your name. Spell your name.
RHODAG.
Music.com.
Like gangster.
And do you have like samples of music on your website?
I do. I have a video page on the website that has all my YouTube clippings and stuff like that, newspaper clippings, everything is on there.
Okay, well, we're going to let the folks at home get a sample of what you do in just a moment. But before we get to Rhoda, we got to go back to Joy because this is the part of the show that I've been looking so forward to. Joy, what are you working on over there?
Joy?
Get over here.
Okay,
Don't miss out on this ice cream martini.
That's the ice cream martini?
Yes, sir.
All right, so what are the ingredients in there?
We're going to have a raspberry lemon drop ice cream martini. So we're using lemon sherbet. And we have raspberry sauce, which is real raspberries, just real raspberries and sugar. We don't use any fake stuff. As you know, we make everything from scratch. And we put vodka in. So we have about, let me just do this. Let's see, 1,000.
Don't worry about having a heavy hand.
We have 42 different ice cream martini recipes. So this one is a simple one that I just brought for TV, but it's delicious. You have the lemon sherbet. And you put it in your blender, and you just blend that up a little bit. And while you're doing that, you add a little bit of this real raspberry sauce to your glass. So you'll have that in there to decorate that and have that delicious flavor at the end. And let's just take a look here and see where we are. I think we're good, actually.
Yay!
Oh, we have a few lumps, but you understand that this is the magic of television.
It's a party.
Okay.
It's a party.
It's still going to be delicious. And then we'll decorate that a little bit with some whipped cream, some real whipped cream, because we have real whipped cream at the Fountain on Locust that we make from scratch also. And just a little bit of decoration up here. And who wants to do the honors?
I'll let April do the
honors. You are so
I'll let her try it. I'll let her try it because you know what?
I know he's been waiting for this.
Yes.
I'll let her try it.
I know you.
But there's only one.
Oh, you know what? There it is. That's all I need right here. Down the hatch. Cheers.
Cheers. So we have the 46 different ones at the Fountain on Locust, and it's down in Midtown,
it's on right now.
It's
on. All I need is Rhoda to play some music, and
sure.
we got a party. So again, tell us where we can find your shop, Fountain on Locust.
Between Grand and Jefferson on Locust. So come down and visit us. We love to have everybody.
Oh my goodness.
These are incredible.
Oh,
yes,
are
they're yummy.
This is great.
Delicious.
Yes,
I don't even like limoncello.
Oh,
this is excellent.
we have another one with limoncello.
This is good.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, we thank you for coming on the show. We want to thank the audience for joining us. Make sure you tune in next week because we got some exciting things to talk about. We have the Cinco de Mayo, which is coming up around the corner.
Cinco de Mayo.
So there's a lot of things going
Big
on
celebration going on. What's that? Cherokee?
Cherokee Street, Cinco de Mayo Festival, art, music, and parade. We also want to find out your thoughts. And as Rhoda starts playing her music, go to Facebook.com/STLTV. Follow us on Twitter at STLTV channel. And next week, we're going to be joined by our St. Louis's own comedian, Arvin Mitchell. Funny guy. He's going to make you laugh. Maybe out of your seat.
Have some fun.
So again, thanks for joining us here on St. Louis Presents. Rhoda G, take us out, girl.
Bye.